He starts to get agitated. You could tell, like, he's just agitated. And he's like, what about that match in 2006? He literally almost died.
Oh, my God.
And then I just realized, I was like, dude, you know that wrestling isn't real, right?
It's sports entertainment.
Exactly. And you could just tell he gets really angry.
Yeah.
He takes the bowl of Skittles, dumps it back into the pound bag, throws it in his backpack, grabs his scooter, and just storms out.
Holy cow.
And that's literally the last time I've spoken to Joaquin Phoenix.
He's known as being a wild card, but that's nuts.
He's mercurial, and I would say if you ever meet Joaquin Phoenix, do not bring up professional wrestling, or it will get very, very heated.
Oh, we actually started, Chip.
Okay, cut that out. Cut that out. Hey, everybody, this is the Sunburnt podcast. I am your host, Chip Chantry, with my other host, Mr. Thomas O'Brien. The Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical culture wrapped into one beautiful little package. And Thomas, how are you feeling today, my friend?
I'm feeling like a beautiful little package.
You are a beautiful little package, Thomas. Speaking of beautiful little package, I have a new Hawaiian shirt today that I'm feeling very good about. This is actually, I got this a couple months ago. I just haven't debuted it on the pod yet.
Yeah.
I just started wearing Hawaiian shirts when we did this podcast. You converted me, and I'm a total convert. I wear them constantly now. I get smiles from people. I think we're going to talk about this in a bit, but my parents got this for my birthday a couple of months ago, not knowing that I was doing this podcast yet because we had just started it. And they were just like, you are entering the phase in your life where you should probably start wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
And so here's our present to you.
In a hopefully not related story, my mom just bought me a funeral plot.
So there was something we did need to tell you, Thomas. I did get some results back from Quest Diagnostics.
What's...
Drum roll, please. That's not the time for a drum roll. That's the worst time for a drum roll. We got your test results back. Let's hear the drum roll, Johnny. You know, I mean, maybe that'd be fun.
Doctor who just got a soundboard.
Oh, boom, 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 boom.
We got the test results and
the lights go down like on the glossy floor, just like at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like that type of thing.
The results game show, that is the most dramatic part of anybody's life. Serious medical results. They should make a production out of it.
Singing Telegram always works.
Yep.
Or like maybe like a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
It's just a fortune cookie. You open it up, but then it just really opens up large, and it just has all of the tests on there, and you scroll through it, and then you just had a very, very sodium fatty rich meal.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't going to be good for your heart.
Speaking of MSG, remember when we saw Goose a couple weeks ago?
Yes, I did. Also great for your heart. Wearing those Hawaiians, seeing those burnt ones at MSG. That's good. Going to concerts, good for your heart. Getting test results, not so much.
Yeah, I think I don't know how it fits in, but I also do like the idea of, like, you know, the equivalent of like a spank train, birthday spanks, having to get a couple of whacks on the tush before you get your results. I think that's fun.
I just think Spank Train is the podcast title that we should have gone with.
Spank Train's a great name. This is something that actually has come up. A number of people who talk to me about the podcast, or talk to my wife or people I know, call it burnt ones.
And if you're watching from home, if this is your first time watching, we refer to people who we feel embody the island culture, especially if they're wearing a Hawaiian shirt out in the wild.
Yeah.
And or just, you know, they're a guy who's living that life. Guy or gal.
Oh, there's plenty of gal burnt ones.
Yeah, and we're just saying, oh, he's a burnt one, she's a burnt one. And so yeah, maybe we should have gone with burnt ones. Although it does sound a little weed heavy.
There's a lot of other connotations there.
Not that we're saying that that's a lifestyle that we're not, you know, that we frown upon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not exactly, you know, it's not what we're promoting on this podcast.
Sunburnt felt right, but burnt ones isn't bad.
No, not at all.
Other ones we thought of, vacation pigs.
Yes.
The vacation pigs with Chip and Thomas. I still think that's fun, but they're there's like a travel agency called Vacation Pig.
It was too close. Well, and then that goes with mine that was too close that we almost used was My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
I wanted to use that one, and then apparently there's already a podcast.
Which, have you seen that Netflix doc about the woman who disappeared on the cruise ship?
Not yet. It's on the queue right now.
We watched it last night, went the full 3 hours through, like did boom, 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 episode to episode to episode. They do a pretty good job of keeping it churning, but it's one of those things that's like, this could have been an hour. This could have been a documentary. Yep. They got to do the series thing, though. They got to stretch it out.
They got to be a little dramatic. And it's like, no, just give us the hits. We're ready to go. Let's see that lady fall off the balcony.
You're thinking about America's Funniest Home Videos again, Chip.
It's what it is. Like, I think that more true crime documentaries should involve, like, okay, so it's this guy. He's crazed. He lives in the woods. He comes out. He kidnaps somebody, takes them into his cabin, horrifying, and then takes one of those red, oversized, like Flintstone-style wiffle ball bats.
Yep.
And just hits them right in the nuts. And then there's a boink.
There's a good point, because all these documentaries get unnecessarily into like fringe relationships the victims had.
Mm-hmm.
And this one about the cruise ship, it goes way into like the fact that, some former relationships, some people that missed her, like really got into the crux, like reading old love letters, like that kind of stuff.
No.
And I'm like, if you are going to go to those lengths on that end, on the emotional, on the relationship side, you should intersperse like some funny home videos.
What you're saying is that more crime documentaries should include wackiness.
It should include some whacked out elements. Not that we'd know anything about that, Chip.
I mean, if sports are whacked out, I will say that we know a lot about it. I think Netflix needs to hire the two of us as that team where it's like, hey, this documentary, this 6-part documentary about this cult in Utah is really getting dark. It's really getting heavy. We test screened it with a few people. Episodes 3 and 4 are just horrific.
But we do have a clip where the Grandmaster gathers everybody around, tries to fart, but craps his robe and really gets embarrassed.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
And then we shoot, and then we just have it like upside down and flip it, and there's confetti, and there's canned laughter, and then there's like an explosion graphic.
A little voiceover.
Right, a little voiceover, be like, and also with you, I guess, like something, something funny that the voice of God, literally the voice of God would say. And it would lighten it up. Imagine you and your wife, you're sitting there. It's a dark week in February. You're going to be like, all right, we're going to watch this really dark cult documentary, an hour a night for 4 nights straight or 6 nights straight. And just on that Wednesday night, you're in a really deep, dark thing. And then the guy craps his pants. There's some confetti. There's laughter. It would just lighten it up. It comes out of left field.
Yeah.
I think we just created a new genre, Thomas.
There's going to be a whole line of true crime hosted by Steve Harvey. And like what we didn't know we needed was Grisly Murders Steve Harvey face.
Steve Harvey face, where it's just like it's a brutal murder. We see that, we get the autopsy report, and then it's just Steve Harvey going. That's what the world needs. That's what it's missing from the world. I think the two of us can bring it. I'm not saying that this is the last episode of the Sunburnt podcast, but I'm saying that Thomas and I are going to dedicate a lot more time to the good people at Netflix and everybody who's making documentaries to jazz them up, make them sillier, make them funnier. If you agree, stick with us on the other side. Let's get this podcast started, Thomas, while the time is ripe. Again, this is the Sunburnt podcast. We bring comedy and tropical travel together. We got some burnt ones on the other side.
Stay tuned.
Let's get started.
Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I just had some room service, and I would like to lodge a complaint.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually looking at your account. It doesn't look like you've ordered any room service.
Now, settle a bet for me, son. The food that's on the trays outside of someone's door in the hallway, that's free, correct?
Chip. Episode 23, Sunburnt Podcast, where we talk about comedy and tropical culture. 125 days, closing in on 4 months until Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise, bud.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, this Thanksgiving Eve, I'm going to be doing 2 shows at the Blue Note Jazz Club in Waikiki. Yes, Waikiki in Hawaii. Thomas and I and our loved ones are flying out to Hawaii for the week. We're going to spend some week in the fun, in the sun, on some volcanoes, in some rainforest. And that's the plural forest, I believe, Farai.
Yeah, and there's many, many climates there, so there's multiple rainforests.
Yeah. So we want you to come along, and you might be thinking, that's crazy. No, come to Hawaii with us this Thanksgiving, have some fun in the sun, see a comedy show, and have the adventure of a lifetime. And that's what we're ramping up for. And also, not only do we want you to come to Hawaii this Thanksgiving with us, but live that Hawaii lifestyle every day. And Thomas, I got to be honest with you, I have been living the tropical lifestyle more and more every single day. It started out when you did this, because you were the one who really got this podcast off the ground. You were Mr. Island Culture almost as long as I've known you. You've been obsessed with it, and I have sort of tangentially been involved. And then I'm a total convert now. I have starting to get a closet full of Hawaiians.
You're looking great, Chip.
I'm trying to live that tropical lifestyle every day. I'm wearing Hawaiian shirts. I have some coming in the mail very soon that I'm very excited about that maybe we'll talk about next epi. And Thomas, this past Friday, I did my show, we said it in the last episode, at Next in Line Comedy Club in Philadelphia. I'm running my new hour. Had a great time. I want to thank Next in Line Comedy Club, who just won Best Comedy Club in Philadelphia. I'm a former best of Philadelphia stand-up comedian, both in Philadelphia Magazine. So I mean, it was an evening chock full of winners. And I want to thank Tyler Wolf and Manny Brown, who opened the show, who were amazing as always. And then the crowd was just great. They came out, and it was just such a nice, fun, positive vibe. They were amazing. And Thomas, I think a small part of that, but a nice percentage, was the fact that for the first time ever, I wore a Hawaiian on stage.
It's a big milestone, Chip.
I will say this. I didn't want to be that wacky 80s comedian.
Right.
Who's wearing, like, again, I'll use the example of Weird Al, although I think Weird Al owns Hawaiian shirts and he wears them well, so I'm not disparaging him at all.
Yeah.
But the lesser 80s comics, hey, I'm wacky, I'm doing this thing, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to have a nice vibe. It's a shirt that I got at a vintage place, and I think it just made people feel good. I smiled more on stage. You know me, I can be kind of dry on stage. I mean, that's kind of my thing. I can be silly and wacky, but I don't smile. I was smiling more, and I think it was because of the shirt, and the crowd just seemed to eat it up. So, again, I'm very excited. I got my new Hawaiian on today. It's great. You got yours on.
We're rocking it here, and I think that is important to talk about, is like how doing little touches can elevate moods, can make you happier, can make you present. So why don't we get a little of this going, Chip? This is how we start off all the time. This is Hawaiian Tropic, baby.
We're slathering it on right now. Getting my Hawaiian Tropic on. Just the smell. I think I'm just going to do this even in the winter. I know you do it.
My wife thinks I'm insane. I do this every day regardless.
I'm going to be honest with you. I know your wife very well. She thinks you're insane, and it has very little to do with the sunblock that you apply every morning.
Oh, no. She knows I'm insane. She's the only person that truly knows what wackiness is going on inside of my head. And she still likes me, Chip. It's really a perfect match.
Well, then, obviously, you have not read her blog in recent days.
Oh, yeah. I'm not allowed to read the blog. That's the only thing I can't do, Chip.
I want to give a shout out. I don't want to mention his name because he revealed something to me. Although, I mean, I think it's whatever. But if he is listening, I just had lunch with one of my old fraternity brothers yesterday.
Oh, I think you did mention it, though. Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes. Mr. Joaquin Phoenix. We pledged together. My pledge brother Joaquin.
I can't believe you used to butt chug with Joaquin.
It's just the Joaquin feel is what it was. No, but I had lunch with one of my fraternity brothers, and we haven't seen each other in years, and we got together, had a great lunch, and he revealed to me that he, in more or less, I forget his words, but he's like, yeah, I kind of went a little crazy during the pandemic. I kind of went off the deep end.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, brother. Whether he was my fraternity brother or not, I would have said, oh, brother, you are literally preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Off the deep end, crazy. is what I went during the pandemic.
The pandemic was a weird time. We talked almost every day during the pandemic.
Yes. Yeah.
And we both went nuts.
Yeah.
We both went nuts. And I think you were living in the city,
mm-hmm.
surrounded by just a billion people.
Yep.
And I don't think that was like helping your mindset at the time.
No, like every time I heard my upstairs neighbor cough, would be sent into a rage. Yeah. And, and I think we talked about this on a podcast.
Yeah.
I had that weird collapsed lung, that random thing that happened on stage.
Oh,
and
my God.
And so then that was like the first time I ever had something go wrong with my body, really. And
Yeah.
then of course, then there's this thing. And we just went crazy, and we kind of holed up and just went inward. We lost to a certain extent, major moments in our careers. You and I had a development deal for a TV show together. We basically had a TV show sold. I don't want to get into all the details, but things were happening, popping off, and then that all went away too. So it's not only just like our health, our careers, and this podcast is I think just the reaction to that to a certain extent. It's like, all right, yeah, we went through the sadness. We went through the dark days. We've tired of that. We're okay.
Yeah.
The world is still, to a certain extent, in shambles right now. Maybe not health-wise necessarily, but just in other ways. And we're just like, all right, we can't live like this. We're going to live on an island in our minds.
We realized to bury our head in the sand,
mm-hmm.
first we got to get to the beach, Chip.
That sweet, sweet white sand. Exactly.
Yeah. So was that it? Was that he went a little crazy, or was there a little more to the story?
Yeah, he said he went a little crazy, and I was like, yes, we went crazy. And I guess it was just the fact that this lifestyle is our answer to, we went crazy too, and we're over it. We're done. We're moving on. We're feeling good, and we're living our best lives, Tommy.
We really are, and we're it's a choice to have a little bit better time, and that's really where you called me. I forget what you said exactly, but I was just a anxiety-riddled television producer.
Yep.
Who had a pretty stressful job, worked insane hours. And I remember the first time I went to Hawaii, it was on the back of working 2 different television series at the same time. So I had worked out a deal where I was doing nights some days and days. I was working 7 days a week. Some of the days were 20 hours long. And I did it for 30 straight days.
Yeah.
30 straight days. I was going nuts. I was eating nothing but craft services. Mm-hmm. And literally, I wrapped both shows the same week. And after 30 straight days of working, I went to a Halloween party the night after that my friends were throwing. That was my first time cutting loose in a month. And then the next morning, me and my then girlfriend, now wife, went to Hawaii. And I just got, I don't know, it took me 3 days of a 4-day vacation to sink into an actual relaxed place. Never in my life had I done anything just to relax.
Yeah.
Or to enjoy, just being still, being in a nice place. I went places, but it was always to travel. This was a vacation to relax. And it just I don't know, something just triggered that I can do this more. I don't have mm-hmm. to feel that way I was feeling all the time. And and that was after we started working together.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because that first show you were still, I remember those days where you did not sleep literally for 72 hours at a time. And I would be the first one in the office. I would come in and I would think that I was I'm really setting the world on fire. I'll be the first one in, last one out. And then you're just still there from the night before. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this isn't going well for him at all.
Yeah, it was a tough run.
That's pre Hawaii Thomas. That is pre Hawaii Thomas. By the way, speaking of traveling places, you went somewhere this past week, and I think you showed off the Hawaiian, didn't you? Just like I did on stage.
Yeah, no, I had a doozy of a week with Hawaiians. The first one was my wife and I went to the ESPYs.
The sports awards.
Turns out there was only sports being awarded there.
Well.
But we went to the award show. It was at the same place they do the Academy Awards.
It's the In-N-Out Burger on Sherman. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In beautiful Van Nuys.
In and out. It's what a hamburger's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to the ESPYs, and you got to dress up, put on the suit, do the red carpet thing. And I just like, it was a request, but I was like, I asked my wife if I could wear a Hawaiian shirt underneath my suit. And she was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
She was like, who would you be if you didn't do that? So walked the red carpet in a shirt from my friends at Big Fun Shirt Company. And dude, just got so many compliments.
You look great. I think if this is on the YouTube show, you'll probably be putting a picture of this. If not, check us out at Sunburnt Pod on Instagram. Yeah. And you're going to see this sweet, sweet shirt. And by the way, here's the thing. I think people think that Hawaiian shirts are wacky or whatever, or that it can be, right?
Yeah, they definitely can be. I mean, it's a statement.
This was a statement that you had that it looked stylish. It looked like it worked. It wasn't like, oh, this guy's being crazy or whatever. Like, it looked like it was part of the suit.
Yeah.
And there were some sea turtles involved.
Yep, sea turtles.
It looked amazing.
It looked good, and it really did. The colors kind of worked with the suit, too. It was like a nice navy suit.
And it was basically just white and navy, so it wasn't like 1,000 wacky colors. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like it was just, it worked.
It did work, and that was part of the reason that I did it. It was like it's a little weird because you expect a certain kind of collar to go with the suit.
Right.
I was like a little aware that the collar had to be, like, if I was going to take pictures or something, it had to be fluffed a little bit.
I know a lot about having to be fluffed before pictures are taken. So go ahead, Thomas.
Before a video project.
Yes.
There's always part of me, no matter what, if I get a compliment, because I've been in so many writers' rooms and have hung out with so many comedians, I'm always skeptical. Is this really a burn?
Right.
Just so many people came out. I love the shirt. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's so unique. A lot of folks, and I don't get people walking up and talking to me ever.
No, either do I.
I put out a vibe like probably don't want to talk to me. Also, I will say, in the middle of summer, that red carpet was outside. It was so hot.
You don't want to be in a shirt and tie.
I'm sitting next to Olympians, NFL players, NBA players, and they are sweating their brains out.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't ever talked about this publicly, but I am in slightly worse shape than some professional athletes.
All right, agree to disagree, but go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just trudging down that carpet, and just like it is so hot, so muggy, and everybody's just looking for like that little sliver of shade. There was literally like a lamppost that I found that like kind of gave me a little shade, and I just parked right next to that.
I think I saw that picture. You kind of leaned up against it. You put one foot up, and then you had a quarter that you were like just flipping over and over, right?
Yeah. And I was like, this is how I need Simone Biles to see me. This is how I need her to take me in. Mm-hmm. But it was, it was just a blast. We had the most fun. Afterwards, they had like a real deal after party.
Okay.
There was just so many, the scale of this thing was huge. It was a huge ballroom. And just so many different food stations, so many different bar stations. Everything was free. People were running around, having a really good time. Saw some of my favorite athletes, maybe even overindulge. In some of the libations. And also another thing I will say, I know, you were in Tires with Shane, and he came up in the same Philadelphia scene that you did.
Yep.
In the room, he crushed, dude. Everybody was going nuts. They were howling. They were laughing. It was a lot of fun. When I went back and watched the monologue on TV, I don't know what they were doing with the sound, but it sounded like nobody was laughing.
Right. Yeah.
There was people like literally crying laughing.
See, that's good to know. That is good. That's good to hear.
It was good to know. And then everything I read was just like, oh, he bombed. He did this. He did that. People were uncomfortable. It was like there was a little bit of uncomfortableness, but like everybody was dying, dude.
That's kind of the point of the ESPYs. Yeah. Yeah.
He crushed it. He did a good job. In the room, people were going nuts. It just didn't come across on the TV, which is strange.
Yeah. I saw a lot of articles where it's like it was so divisive. Some people loved it, some people hated it. And it's like, well, that's what they want. They want to, because they want 1,000 comments about how great it was or how terrible it was.
Right.
And
it doesn't matter. There's no bad press.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying the vibe in the room, everybody was laughing.
And do you think that was partially because of your Hawaiian shirt that you were wearing?
Yeah. I mean, I think I brought a lot of positive vibes to the thing.
Yeah.
Like it was the same Hawaiian shirt bump you got at your show this Friday.
I know. It was just I feel like it just lightened the mood. People were feeling good in a very edgy time. Mm-hmm. I think just more Hawaiians have to be worn. And then you had another experience with some Hawaiians.
Oh yeah, so that was Wednesday.
You had a week chock full of adventures.
I love to keep it moving, and a very exciting that me and my wife get to keep doing all this stuff. But it was my wife's birthday this weekend, so we went to Las Vegas because she wanted to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere.
As you do on your birthday.
As you do on your birthday. Like, I kind of like, I'm not the best at thinking ahead sometimes, but I did. I was like, what is going on around her birthday that we could, like, travel for, that we could make a big deal out of it on a weekend? Like, what is there anything special we could do? And I just saw, like, even though I know for a fact she was an NSYNC gal.
Yep.
I was like, I think this could happen. I think this could be, it would seem thoughtful. It would be a nice thing to do. And it was a huge hit. She was thrilled. She was surprised. And we went there and she had the absolute best time, as did I. Like, I didn't know what to expect going to the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Of course.
But it was incredible from a production standpoint. Yeah. Like, it was really great to be around so many people who were so excited about seeing the Backstreet Boys too. Like, it's been so long since they were kind of a thing in my mind that, like, I didn't know what to expect showing up.
But I did hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, Backstreet's back. All right. Okay.
Yeah. No, they definitely are. And
by the way, and I think that's such a great gift that you got your wife. I mean, Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Vegas. My wife's birthday last year, I took her to see O-Town at a Waffle House.
They were working. They weren't performing.
They were smothered and covered.
There were so many of those bands. I'm trying to remember, like
O-Town, 98 Degrees, In Sync.
Yeah.
Did we just list all of them? There's others.
No, there was.
I mean, there's obviously New Kids on the Block from a few years before.
New Kids on the Block, which, I mean, I think Backstreet Boys have kept their chops a little bit better than New Kids on the Block. I saw some videos of New Kids, and it's, the moves are looking a little stale.
And that's what I will say. There is just a couple years difference, I think, between you and me and our wives, maybe. And I had told my wife that you guys went to Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, and she is the New Kids fan that she went to back in the day, and like even in more recent years, she has seen NKTOB.
Wow.
There are no spheres involved though. They stay in generally rectangular theaters.
It's a different generational entertainment geometry.
Yep. We used to go see a talkie picture, have a malt, and then watch New Kids on the Block.
I love it, dude.
So anyway, so you were at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Were you wearing a Hawaiian? To
the Sphere, I did not wear a Hawaiian to the Sphere. They made a special request for there to be everybody was wearing mostly whites and then some blues.
Oh, they made their request.
I think so.
So when they requested it, they literally said everybody, and then everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. By the way, I've just made 2 references to Backstreet songs, and I barely know any. Although I will say, I believe both those references are the same song.
Yeah, I think so. I think that sounds right. And it was one of those things, like, you're going to a concert, even if it wasn't your favorite band, if they've been around for a long time, you just kind of know you're going to know every song, like tangentially, just from being a human being.
It was just in the ether. Plus, you're at the Sphere.
The Sphere was sick. The Sphere was unbelievable.
I would go see my middle school bullies perform their dad cover band. All lyrics about how much I sucked in middle school if it was at the Sphere. And I would pay hundreds of dollars to see it because it's the Sphere.
What would that show be called?
Hey, Mama's Little Crybaby, You'll Never Make the Soccer Team. That's the name of the band.
Yeah.
Other hits that include Where are your glasses? We hid them. Can somebody get shoved in the locker?
Bully Rock. I like it.
I think Bully Rock, that's the genre right there. It's just guys who used to be bullies who have now put together a middle-aged cover band where they just change the lyrics and they still make fun of people.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's where, at least it's something positive. Like bullies need an outlet.
Yeah.
And through the art, hopefully they get to change their perspectives.
And that's what it is. We've all seen Fame. You give them the arts.
Yep.
And the corners get softened.
Arts are the Hawaiian shirts that can be learned.
Exactly. Oh wait, and speaking, I didn't get off this. So you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
So you didn't wear the Hawaiian there because you wore the blue and white.
But the next morning, just threw on a delightful Hawaiian first thing. 105 degrees on Saturday, Chip.
Dry heat, baby. Dry
heat. It was oppressive, but also I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sure.
Like, we're in Vegas. We were there for 48 hours. Like, crisp me up. Give me something I can't feel back home. You know?
Yep.
So it was just a relaxed day of. We went to the Henry and Cosmo. Did you ever go? We've been to the Cosmopolitan together. Did we ever do breakfast at the Henry?
Is he a weed dealer?
No, there's a little like restaurant at the Cosmopolitan, right by where I one time won almost $2,000 on a slot machine. It was a Sherlock Holmes edition.
Because you are nothing if not literary with your gambling addiction.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a big win, Chip. That was a big win. I'll never forget that one. But there's this place called the Henry, and they have a short rib eggs Benedict on the breakfast menu, and it's my favorite breakfast of all time.
Okay.
So we hit that up. We walked around, looked at all the shops, looked at all the things, and then in the heat, like we did that early before it got too hot, and then in the heat of the day, we just went to the pool and posted up, and had an unbelievable time. But I was wearing one of my Big Fun shirts, the black one. You've seen it on the podcast before.
It's a fun one.
No less than 10 people stopped me dead in my tracks while I'm walking around. Just said, "Amazing shirt, awesome shirt, great shirt."
See,
people were feeling it,
and people don't like you generally. Like you put you in public, and people they avoid eye contact at best. I would say, generally.
Yeah. And I for a long time I cultivated a vibe. Like I had a look. Like I generally don't like talking to people in public. Like I've softened a little bit at my old age. But I'm just not used to anybody having anything to say to me just generally. But so many between the ESPYs and walking around in Vegas, so many compliments, dude.
Yeah.
Really fun time. And one other thing I will say, and then I'll get off of the trips was. Have you ever heard of the $5 trick, Chip?
No.
When checking into a hotel. So it's the idea that if you kind of slip the person who's checking you in a $5,
slip in a Lincoln,
that they will give you a better room.
Okay.
I've never done it before. I wanted to try and do it on this trip.
The $5 trick. You're talking about bribery.
Bribery, yes.
Right. Okay. I've heard of bribery. Yes. Yeah.
Bribery. So I kind of checked my wallet before we walked into the hotel, saw I had some cash. And then I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try this thing.
Yep.
And when I got in there, we were talking to the guy. I pull out my wallet and I do a little further investigating. There's no American currency in my wallet. It is.
So, wait, what currency do you have in your wallet that's not American?
I had some Swiss bills and I had some euros and I have a Canadian 20 that my cousin-in-law gave me for good luck one time.
By the way, Canadian 20 is my nickname for Shania Twain.
Ooh.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I live a pretty cashless existence.
Okay.
I saw a little green. I was mistaken. I thought I had some cash. I did not. I went to Vegas without any cash. Big mistake. So while we're talking to the guy, like I have to whisper to my wife and try to be smooth about it because I don't think other people are supposed to know. Like the bribe thing doesn't. They're
you
not
don't
allowed
announce
to
bribery.
Do it.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, do you have any cash? And she's just like, she opens up her wallet, gets a 20, and I joke you not, I've got a 20 in my hand, just kind of curled up. This guy is in the middle of just about to hand us our keys, and he sees it, clocks it, and goes, you know what? We have a live system here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check and make sure there's nothing better I can do for you.
Oh.
And I just kind of set the 20 down in this area that like only he could see because there's coworkers swarming all around. I set it down. He grabbed it. And then he's like, let me just redo your keys for you. I think we found something a little better. Mm-hmm. And with the dopest room, Chip. It totally worked.
Really?
It totally worked. It was not the $5 trick. It was the $20 trick.
20 American dollars, sure, yeah.
It was worth the 20.
Okay, I'm trying that. I will say I did something similar a couple of years ago.
Okay.
When I was heading to Indianapolis, I pulled out a $5.
Mm-hmm.
I think I showed it too much though. Like you're supposed, I wasn't as, I wasn't as discreet as I should have been.
Yeah.
It was at a Super 8.
Okay.
I showed the $5,
yeah.
And then a trucker hit me in the back of the head with a sock full of nickels. The next thing I know, I'm in the parking lot. It's the next day. I did get a full night's sleep.
Well, that's the trucker $5 worth of sock and nickels trick.
That works also well. And I will say the trucker not wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
No. Too much aggression. He would have taken it down a notch.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that was my weekend, man.
Big weeks, buddy. Big.
Yeah, it was a fun week.
Speaking of big weeks, there's a bunch of cruise news. Can we get to cruise news?
Cruise news with Chip Chantry.
Let's start out with the bad news, then we'll get to the good news. I think we do that, right?
Yep.
So, last week there was a cruise heading from your town of Los Angeles.
Yep.
Where is the dock there, or the port in Los Angeles? Do you know?
If you look at a map of Los Angeles, it's insane. I think it's called the Harbor of Los Angeles.
Not super creative for a town full of creatives, but go ahead.
LA is where you expect LA to be. It's like this city. It's sprawling. It's wide.
Hashtag DTLA.
Fairly city-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is just this long, skinny corridor that is all Los Angeles that goes from the big circle that is Los Angeles straight down to the water. And it's like past Long Beach, I think. It just makes no sense that this would be Los Angeles. But to have a docks in LA, there's just this crazy little corridor of land that comes off the town just like a tail and goes to the water.
Wait, would this be where the Queen Mary is?
I think the Queen Mary is docked technically in Long Beach, but I don't know. Maybe that is where.
It's, I just thought about that. Yeah.
Maybe it's part of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's Los Angeles Harbor or something like that. I've never been there specifically, but I have seen the map and been like, that doesn't look like that's how it should be.
Right. So if I use the technical term, some poor saps got on this cruise ship from Los Angeles, round trip to Mexico. They're hitting a couple of ports in Mexico, coming on back, a nice little cruise. Which they did not sign on for, there was a bit of an outbreak, as you get on cruise ships. Some of the tummy troubles. I don't think we need to get too much more into detail, but I think we can do that. And there's an outbreak on a cruise ship, raises the alarms. That's, again, I think that's my biggest fear in a cruise ship is you hear about that. And, it's like you're ready for a good vacation. You got your Hawaiian on.
Yeah.
And then it's just 3 days in what I would assume is a very tiny cabin restroom.
It's not a great restroom. And there's motion because you're in the ocean.
There is motion in the ocean.
If this restrooms are rocking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the thing. No offense, but I feel like a lot of when I look at somebody and I see cruise goer, like that guy goes on cruises. That Venn diagram of when I look at somebody and say That guy washes his hands thoroughly. Not in the same circle.
Not in the same circle. Very small overlap.
You're in close quarters. You're at buffets. You're doing all these things, washing those hands or not. And there was an outbreak of the tummy troubles. I will say, in the fine print, maybe they should have advertised this more. It was a vomit-themed cruise. So I think they should have said that up front.
Yeah.
That, it's a vomit-themed cruise. It's like, rather than a, 80s throwback cruise, it was a
80s throwback.
They were throwing something else back. Although I will say, I was watching this video about this guy talking about cruise culture and whatever, and he said that he gave the number, and it was like, it was a couple thousand people on this cruise, and I think it was like 150 people had symptoms.
Okay.
So that's not a huge number, but it's still just there's paranoia, and they have to go into this protocol of like, hazmats and wiping everything down extra and doing whatever, which is nice. But then you're just like, I was just here. I've seen the Love Boat. I don't think there was ever the vomit episode of Love Boat. Like, I just don't think that it's like Gopher never had the scoots. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they glossed over that. But this guy was actually saying that apparently, according to the CDC, that if it hits 3% of passengers on the vessel, that's considered an outbreak.
Okay.
So if 3% of the population have symptoms, whatever the virus or whatever the disease going around, that they do consider. So it was only maybe 3-4% of the people, but still, I don't want those odds when I'm just on vacation. By the way, speaking of 3%, if that's what the CDC goes by, then my years as an elementary school teacher, we were never out of outbreak mode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kids are always sick, dude.
Just gross. Just a child-themed cruise would just be, I think, the unhealthiest place on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just run around, pick your nose, touch everything.
They touch everything. They can't help it. It's all they want to do. They're programmed to explore.
I think it's a good segue. We just wanted, because we don't touch on the bad news too much, but so there was that cruise outbreak, whatever. I don't want a child-themed cruise at all. Okay, sorry, Disney Cruise Lines. But let's talk about the good news, Thomas.
Yeah.
There's another theme cruise coming up this November, which I don't want to advertise too much because we have Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise in Hawaii, which is not a cruise. You just have to take an aeroplane there.
And look into it. There are ways to get there and do it that are not as expensive as you think. Sunburntpodcast.com for tickets.
Yeah, sunburntpodcast.com. Check out the website. There's information about Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise.
Yep.
But running concurrent, I don't know if it's the same week, but it's also in November of this year, Margaritaville at Sea, which, first of all, talking about the original burnt one, Jimmy-Buffett, James Buffett, the
JB.
Margaritaville cruise line, their ship, Margaritaville at Sea, this November is offering, I think, my favorite themed cruise ever.
I'm excited to hear about it.
They're doing a dog-friendly cruise this November.
Oh, this is right up your alley.
Canines on the high seas, okay? You can bring your dog.
BYOD.
BYOD, baby. And now you have to be passed, and there has to be, obviously the dogs have to have their shots. They also have to have some sort of certificate. They have to be like trained in a certain way because you don't want just a bunch of wild pack animals running around. Although honestly, I would think that was kind of cool. Imagine just being on a luxury cruise and there is just a pack of wild dogs running around and you never know when they're going to show up. I think that just adds a level of excitement and fear that I want on a cruise.
Yeah, just a couple of Kenny Powers style characters with just wild wolves.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, Thomas.
Yep.
For your money, you're on a cruise, okay? Would you rather have a pack of wild dogs roaming?
Yep.
Or a intestinal disease outbreak?
Ooh, the dog's easy, right?
Dogs easy. Easy, the dogs. Easy. Yeah. Because first of all, you can see and hear the dogs. You can't see and hear the virus being spread.
Yeah, you can see and hear where it's been.
Right. Yes, you can see but you can't see where it's going. You can see where it's been.
Yeah.
Dogs, you can hear them coming. So I think I would go dogs. Pack of wild dogs at any time. But these are not wild dogs. These are domesticated dogs. By the way, here's something interesting. No service dogs are allowed on this cruise. They're flipping a script. No service dogs, because I think they want everything to be pet friendly, where you can literally pet them and stuff like that. So usually they allow service animals, but they just want fun vacation animals. They don't want animals that are on the clock, Thomas. They don't want working animals. This is a vacation. They don't want a dog in a vest saying, please don't pet me. They want a dog in a Hawaiian shirt that says, go ahead, rub that belly.
Oh, okay? A golden retriever in a Hawaiian shirt. I like it.
I mean, I think we did learn that in later seasons, Alf decided to go with the Hawaiian shirt. And some say it brought the show down. I think it was the writing. But here's what they're going to include, amongst other things, for this. So you can bring your dog. So again, they have to be trained, and you have to like prove whatever. They have to be act appropriately. They have to have their shots in the right. But you are going to get for your dogs costume contests, parades, dog shows, special splash stations for the dog, grooming sessions, puppy massages, and here's my favorite part. You ready for this one that they included? Guest speakers.
Really?
Which I want to be a guest speaker on a dog-themed cruise, because I think it would just be a guy at a podium for 45 minutes just going, who's a good boy? Who's such a good boy? Who's that good boy? And then you get paid thousands of dollars to be a guest speaker at a dog-friendly cruise.
Can we get you that gig, Chip?
There's very few things that I would put ahead of that would make me want to cancel Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise this Thanksgiving in Waikiki. Being a guest speaker at a dog-themed cruise, it's on that very short list.
We can't cancel, but if the dates don't overlap, Chip.
If they don't overlap, there you have it. That's what
easy.
Like doing comedy for dogs, like doing a comedy show, like, 2 shows a night, clean show, dirty show.
Those dirty dogs, dude. It's a late night show.
Here's my question, though. Devil's advocate. Do you think the dogs really want this? Is this for the dogs, or is this for the owners?
This is not for the dogs.
It's because it's kind of like when I see people eating al fresco. They're eating out on the sidewalk at a restaurant in Philly, and they have their Saint Bernard with them. It's like, does your dog really want to sit on the sidewalk, lie at your feet while you're having brunch? Not really. Like, I love it because I get to see a dog and maybe pet him or whatever, but it's like, I feel like unless these dogs are getting some treats or some table scraps, they don't need to be out there in the heat, sitting there, lying there while you're eating. We did that, I think, one time, maybe a handful of times we did, with our old dog Stanley, who he wasn't so much of a dog as he was just a stuffed animal that would move every once in a while. Like he was, but we took him to this bar and just to have some drinks, and it was in our neighborhood. It was a beautiful night, and we're just like, well, let's just sit. And we were there's only like 4 tables, and we were at the very last table, and then it's like a pretty wide sidewalk, and it was pretty wide open. And our dog, I had him come on my lap, and then we did have a bowl of water there for him, and he was lying there. And then he just decided, we have a retractable leash that's like, 15 feet long or whatever.
Yeah.
He just walked as far away as he could down the sidewalk, and I had to hold onto the retractable leash. He didn't want to have anything to do with us. He wanted to be, it was his just teenage rebellious years where he just wanted to be away from his parents. He's like, I don't want to be at your feet or on your lap while you're having some drinks and buffalo wings. I want to be as far away as possible. And he just sat there for a good part of an hour, just away from everybody. Yeah. So this is for the dogs. Although I think, like, I want to picture this. Like, I just see a cruise ship with, like, just a dog's head out of every porthole. Like, that's just what they do the entire time.
Yeah.
They just stick their head out the porthole. Little ears flapping in that nautical wind. Yeah. I think it'd be great. I think it's, and then do the dogs get to drink? Like, it's open bar.
Yeah.
All inclusive. You let the dogs run loose, right? You literally let the dogs out, right?
Yeah.
And
I wonder, so the owners know it's a dogs cruise, but do the dogs think it's a Spuds MacKenzie themed cruise?
I think a Spuds MacKenzie cruise that's the way to go. You want to let these dogs party. And then just let them run around. Like, by the way, I would hope that they're reinforcing the balconies. Like, like people fall off of cruise ships more often than they should. I'm just hoping there's no dogs lost at sea. Like there's some netting. I'm assuming there's netting involved.
If you watch that documentary about the woman who disappeared from the cruise,
yeah,
the balcony railings are high. They're high. They're hard to fall off of.
Yeah, but somehow she figured out how to do it, or someone around her did.
Dude, it is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like she literally would have had to move furniture around and step up on it to get over the balcony. So I think the dogs on most of these ships will be okay balcony wise unless they're a really active jumper,
or they slide under. The sliding under is what gets me.
This one was a solid wall until it looks like about 4 feet.
Okay, so that's not easy. So all right, good. I'm feeling better about that. I think here's what I envision. You know, and there's these horror stories, and this is like one of my favorite type of real horror stories where they like just find a ship or some sort of boat, like a fishing boat or something like that, in the middle of the ocean that's just abandoned, but maybe the motor's still running.
Yeah.
And like a couple of fishermen were reported missing, and it's just the boat looks completely intact. Everything's going fine, except there's just nobody on the boat. And you're just like, that is creepy. But like, what if you were Coast Guard or some sort of, I don't know, international waters, whatever, and you get the reports about this missing cruise ship, they can't contact anybody. You and your team climb aboard this cruise ship, this luxury cruise line.
Yeah.
And it's just a couple hundred dogs. No people. The dogs are just having a good time. They're scavenging. They're eating. They're at the buffet. I would assume a buffet, by the way, at a dog-themed cruise. A buffet is just a table full of shoes. It's just a pile of shoes. But, I mean, it's the creepiest yet cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Just a roaming rogue cruise ship full of puppy dogs everywhere. I think it'd be great.
It would be great. It would be unsettling, too, though. It's tough to do. Here's a would you rather. So... in this scenario, you are not getting sick, right?
Okay.
You have immunity.
So I would rather that one. Go ahead.
You know you're not getting sick, but there's two different veins of it. Would you rather be on a cruise where 50% of the human beings get tummy troubles?
Okay.
They've got it's the poop cruise 2.0.
Sure.
Or on the dog cruise where 50% of the dogs get uncontrollable diarrhea.
Oh, people. 100% people.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a sloppy deck, Chip.
It would be a sloppy deck. People know how to handle that. And also, I'd feel much worse for the dogs than I do for the people.
Yeah.
My sympathy goes out to the canines.
That's true. They didn't even choose to be there.
Not to your average cruise goer.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Well, is that everything we have from the world of cruise for the day?
I will say I kept picturing just that cruise ship with just a bunch of dogs on it.
Yeah.
I got a couple of movie titles, I think.
Oh, okay.
Ocean themed, cruise themed, ship themed movie titles that are just starring dogs. The Air Bud of like, okay, you ready?
Yep.
Paul Ritz of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Paul Ritz of the Caribbean. I mean, just it writes itself, right?
Yeah.
Das Bark.
Oh, Das Boot.
Sure, right? Yeah. Muttony on the Bounty. That's a double, Thomas. That's a double.
Twofer.
The Hound for Red October. Speed 2, Paw Patrol. And then I think just, of course, the classic, Rin-Tin-Titanic. Rin-Tin-Titanic. How would I say that? What's the best? Rin-Tin-Titanic.
Rin-Tin-Titanic.
Rin-Tin-Titanic. By the way, what if, a Titanic remake, but just full of dogs? It would be so much fun, Thomas.
Yeah.
The ship is going down into the icy waters. We know about that. We see the people falling off. That sad scene with the string quartet still playing. Just people the people stuck underneath. I think it would just, if it was all dog Titanic, it would just be the ship going down, but then just hundreds of dogs jumping in and out of the water, just having the best time ever. Like jumping in, climbing back up on the deck, jumping back in, climbing out on the deck, just having a grand old time.
I think they would enjoy it. And also, side note, I think Jack and Rose are both great dog names.
Come here, Jack. I know dogs named Jack, and Rose would be,
good boys and girls.
I think we're writing Rin-Tin-Titanic.
Rin-Tin-Titanic.
Rin-Tin-Titanic, and it's going to be the next big hit. We're bringing back dog-centered. I feel like Air Bud has gone direct to video, and I don't even know if they've released anything in recent years. I think we are bringing the dog feature film back. You had Lassie, you had again Rin-Tin-Tin, Benji,
Maybe it's just Sea Bud. We're doing all the elements: Water Bud,
Air Bud, Sea Bud, Fire Bud.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Earth Bud. Yeah.
That dog goes to a volcano. I think this is ripe, Chip.
Yeah.
I think this is very ripe. We'll start working on our let's just make it animated. Just an all-dog cruise movie. I think that's great. They get to go see the tropics, tour some locations. Mm-hmm. We get into all the different social strata on the ship. Mm-hmm. There's some high-class dogs. There's some people in lower cabins. There's some gossip. There's people talking to other people's, gals. Yep. I think there's definitely a dog band playing the hits. Of course
there's a dog band.
There might even be a dog stand-up comedian voiced by Chip Chantry.
I'm ready for it. And what about a dog? Again, this could be sad, but you always have this in a dog movie, okay? Yep. One of the dogs perishes, right? The dog dies. There's that sad scene. Yeah. But then two dogs that work for him, hear me out, put some sunglasses on him and carry him around as if he's still alive.
Yeah.
To try to convince everybody that their dog boss is still alive, even though he's perished.
Weekend
so they
buddies.
Can continue to enjoy themselves on the cruise for the weekend.
I love it. It sounds like hijinks abound. Hijinks on the high seas.
Hijinks on the high seas. There it is. There's the tagline. Our movie career. We're doing it, Thomas.
Well,
I mean, that is the second reason this is the last episode of the Sunburnt podcast, because we're going to write that movie. What was the first reason? I don't even remember. At the beginning of the episode, we said we're moving on to bigger and better things. And I can't remember what it is.
I don't remember either.
That's how our memory is. So I guess I will rescind that. We will continue to do this podcast.
Okay, let's keep doing the podcast. But one thing we are passionate about, one thing we are doing is we're actively saving, the two of us.
Yes.
Saving.
Double-handedly.
The theatrical comedy.
Yes.
And this is real. This is something we're doing. You can go to sunburntpodcast.com and see this. We are encouraging people to go see comedy movies on opening weekend. And we have specified in certain cities specific screenings that you can go to. Throw on your Hawaiian shirt. Even if you're going by yourself, you can go with some friends. Go by yourself. Throw on your Hawaiian shirt. And hopefully there's going to be one screening on opening weekend that you will go into, and there'll be some other burnt ones there with you. Mm-hmm. So we're setting up we have nothing to do with this other than saying, like, taking away the thought process of like, oh, what show do I go see and where do I go see it? We're just pointing you in a direction. We don't have anything to do with these theaters. We don't have anything to do, like, we're not like setting up an event. We're just pointing you in the direction of a screening you can go see with other burnt ones. And then we're just throwing out a suggestion of some place that would be easy to go afterwards to hang out. Potentially a tiki bar, if we can find one that looks good close to you. The ones we've been to before, we can tell you are excellent, but a lot of them are just guesses. But we want you to go see comedy movies because Chip and I love them so much. Mm-hmm. They don't really exist anymore. There's a lot less of them than there ever has been. And we're just excited to go see some movies ourselves with you guys and to get people out there and make it a priority to see these things in theaters because we want them to stick around. Yes. And the first one is coming up, not this weekend, but the weekend after.
So this is the July 31st, August 1st, 2nd.
Exactly. I think we set it up on The 2nd, I believe that's the Saturday. You can go to the website and check it out.
Yep.
But the reboot, I guess it's a reboot of Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm.
It is a big studio comedy that we hope is going to be hilarious and fun, but we want to send the message that we want more of these and we're willing to support these. So throw on your Hawaiians, go check out one of those Sunburnt screenings, and let's all enjoy this movie that weekend, Chip.
And go for some drinks afterwards. Yeah. So I'm going to be seeing mine at the Fashion District, which used to be the gallery, and at the Fashion District right in Center City, Philadelphia, at 5:30 on Saturday, August 2nd. Get your tickets. We'll meet up. I'm going to be wearing my Hawaiian. Bring your Hawaiian, or just something fun. If you don't have that Hawaiian yet, maybe this is your opportunity to be like, hey, I'm going to go out and buy a Hawaiian. And
get a Hawaiian.
Be ready to go. We're going to we'll find each other. Come see me and go laugh at the movie, and then we're going to grab some drinks afterwards. I think we're going to go to I'm pretty sure we're going to I don't want to say the name just yet, but I think we're going to one of my favorite old spots in Center City, just a few blocks away, after the 5:30 screening on Saturday.
I love it, buddy. And I'm going to be at the Marina Del Rey dine-in, the AMC. The time will be there on the website, and we're going to a fun tiki bar afterwards. It's going to be a really, really good time. But we encourage you guys, and if you want to, just put together one of these screenings, point us in a direction in the town you live in, just shoot us an email. Actually, shoot Chip an email, chip@electricobrien.com, and he will we'll make sure we get that taken care of for you, and hopefully put it up on the website. But I'm excited about this. I can't wait. I want a bunch of people to go experience these movies together in the theater.
Absolutely.
So that's something we're doing. That's our little part. And Chip and I also love horror movies.
Yeah.
That same weekend, I've seen this movie, dude. You're going to see it soon. But together, man. Together, the Dave Franco, Alison Brie horror movie, it is sick, dude. Okay. It is fantastic.
I'm very excited.
And like the thing that sets it apart for me is the acting. Like, we've written so much material for comedians, and like you were so sensitive to like, is this gonna be possible to say funny? Like, is this gonna be in their voice? Is this going to work? Because you can write a lot of jokes, and if you're not the one that's worried about delivering them, like, you will do a half-ass job and put out something that is either like word salad, tough to get out, just isn't funny, doesn't have a great punchline. Like, we just live and die by writing things that people can say, well, you on stage too, like, you really have that pressure of like doing a good job. So like, I'm very sensitive to when I see something that might be tough to deliver on screen. And in this movie, there is like, I don't know, there was 10 different times where I was like, that line in a lesser actor's hands would be an absolute disaster. But like, Dave Franco and Allison are such a higher caliber of actor than sometimes end up in these movies, that they are delivering these lines so well, Chip. The execution on this thing is through the roof. And I think it's like at 100% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
And it's like an out there horror movie. I think it was a Sundance breakout, and after seeing it, I can see why. So that is definitely one to see too. We're going to be putting up horror movies that we think are great as part of these screening series. So I think on the Saturday, that's Naked Gun. Go see that. We're supporting comedies. And then if you want to see at least a top 3 horror movie of the year in the theater on opening weekend, we'll put up some options for everybody to go see that together on a Sunday.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we've got Together and Naked Gun. It could be a big weekend for movies. The weekend after next.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
We're making it happen. We're putting it on our website, so it's real.
It's 100% real, because nothing on the internet is fake.
Absolutely not. Sunburntpodcast.com, and then you can find where the movie screenings are there. Chip, what do you want to do next, buddy? Do we want to talk about the man, Mr. Buffet.
Let's talk about the man, I think.
Okay. The man, Mr. Jimmy-Buffett. So we've got another round of Jimmy-Buffett facts that you guys might not know about.
You want to do your Jimmy-Buffett fact, Tommy?
Jimmy-Buffett was a master boat captain who once docked his 54-foot sailboat, the Euphoria 2, perfectly in Cat Stevens' butt crack.
I mean, I could see that being a difficult task because I will say, if that is true, it is quite literally a wild world.
It's tough to dock a boat. Have you ever tried to dock a boat?
I mean, just a little one. Yeah. I literally this weekend, Kim and I were in FDR Park in South Philly on the lake, and they had little, I mean, they weren't little, but they were duck pedal boats, like the little paddle boats.
Oh yeah.
And it was a swan, like the swan. And I had to dock a swan, and that wasn't the easiest thing in the world. So imagine a yacht right up the crack of Mr. Cat Stevens.
I can't imagine it being comfortable, but apparently he did it so gently and with so much skill that Cat Stevens couldn't even be angry.
Why would you? It's Jimmy Buffett.
It's Jimmy Buffett, dude. Hit me with a Jimmy Buffett fact, Chip.
Jimmy Buffett never used an anchor while sailing. He just trained his boats to stay.
That's impressive, Chip.
Yeah, I think very impressive. It's Jimmy Buffett. Of course it's impressive. He is the original burnt one.
He really is in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Let's talk world records.
Let's do it.
We got the good book here.
Yep.
The 2025.
I got mine right here. Yep.
Damn, did I love these as a kid.
They're so much fun.
I loved my Guinness book as a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I have noticed not as many, like they're a little more careful with what they include now.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little maybe more geared, it's a little more child friendly.
It's toned down.
Yeah. Here's a man from Prussia who ate 7 bicycles. You know what I mean? Like it's not that type of dark and dirty. It's more fun and uplifting, which, hey, whatever, I'll take.
Yeah.
Right? I do like the dark, dirty stuff. But this is the opposite of dark and twisted.
Okay.
This may be the most fun one you can get.
Let's hear it.
It's the world record for the largest inflatable bouncy castle.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I know you've had some issues with some bouncy castles.
Former bouncy castle owner here.
Yeah.
This is right up my alley.
It would not fit in your alley. I will say that, Thomas. It's over 15,000 square feet.
What?
Yes, 15,000 square feet. It's in Karachi, Pakistan. Okay. And by the way, the one thing I do appreciate about the Guinness Book of World Records, they use the metric system, but they also use the standard system for us dum-dums.
It's very inclusive.
It is very inclusive. So it's over 15,000 square feet. It holds up to 200 people.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, just imagine the amount of freak-offs you could have on this thing, Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay, so it apparently set the record in 2023.
Uh-huh.
It is, again, it's, I think, numerous football fields, if I'm getting my thing right, or at least it's a big part of a football. It is gigantic. It's over the size of a city block.
That is nuts, dude. Is it the official palace of Pakistan?
It's the official bouncy palace. I will say that.
I love it.
But it's the size of a city block, and just like a city block, Thomas, it has a bouncy florist, a bouncy bank, a bouncy CVS, and 3 bouncy vape shops.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, congratulations to the good people of, I hope I'm saying it right, Karachi, Pakistan, the largest inflatable bouncy castle in the world.
I love it, dude. That's a great record to have. And if I was some kind of royalty, I think this is a must-have for me.
Yeah. I think
this is a must-have. Like, let's really invest.
That's the level of class that you and I exude.
It's the level of fun we exude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
So my world record, and I think this is fun for a couple of reasons, and I don't even know if this is the current record. There's a section in it for some reason that's just about 2015.
Okay.
Have you seen that section yet?
Yes, which is interesting. Yeah.
So this record was set in 2015.
The year that you and I met.
Oh, that's a good point.
10 years ago, almost to the day. We're getting close. Almost to the day. Yeah.
We're right up in it. But it's most balloons blown up in an hour period, Chip.
Whoa. All right.
And do you have any guess in 60 minutes how many balloons were blown up by Hunter Ewan?
200.
910, buddy. 910.
Whoa. Almost 1,000 balloons. This man must have the...
I mean, it's such a specific feeling. Have you ever like blown up an air raft or like something like that with your mouth and just you get that excruciating tired feeling right in your jaw?
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, like I'm there at about 3 balloons, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And this guy powered through, but I think the record's impressive. But more than that, I think the reason why he got into this endeavor, period, is impressive. I think it's fun to talk about. He did it to get over a childhood fear he had of balloons.
Real. This is immersive therapy here.
Exactly. It's exposure therapy.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you, Chip, like what childhood fear do you think you could push through by trying to set a world record?
Oh, in an hour's time, I would attempt to talk to over 900 girls.
And in that same hour's time, I would attempt to kiss 910 clowns.
Still, also very out of breath, and that jaw would be hurting.
I know. And you'd have some nice cherry lips.
I can see those business cards. Thomas O'Brien, world record clown kisser.
Yeah.
I would do business with you.
Well, I can't wait to do some business with you. And if you're telling me the only barrier to entry is the amount of clowns I've kissed, let's remedy that. We can be in business next week.
And by the way, what's the name of the guy who blew up the balloons?
Hunter Ewan.
All right, Hunter. I wonder if Hunter would be able to blow up that giant bouncy castle.
I think that if I was part of the Pakistan bounce castle, I would have a Hunter Ewan on salary as a backup.
On retainer.
Yeah.
Just in case. Be like, hey, these palm trees are starting to go down. Boom.
Yeah.
Just jump on it with those sweet, sweet lungs of his.
I know. He's got the lungs. He's got the lips. He's got the jaw for it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is exactly what you need if the power goes out in Pakistan.
Absolutely.
Well, Chip, we're saving the cinema. We've talked about cruises. We've talked world records. We've talked Hawaiian shirts. Mm-hmm. I've had an amazing time.
Yep.
But our time is running low, buddy. So is there anything you got coming up that you want to throw out there? Or are we right now focused on movies, hitting Together, hitting Naked Gun in the theater, opening weekend? Let's support these comedies. And then looking forward to November, Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise.
Yep.
125 days away. We're not joking. Come with us to Hawaii. Just take the first step. Look at what flights might cost. There are so many different options for hotels to stay at Waikiki. You can do an expensive version. You can do a much more reasonable version. You can share rooms with friends. You can get a whole suite for yourself looking right at the ocean. Either way, we're all going to be there together, very close, doing some beach hangs, maybe some excursions around the islands we kind of do at the same time, and going to see Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise. There's 2 shows on the 26th of November. Escape the cold. Have a wonderful experience. Come with us. It'll be great. You can also find the tickets at sunburntpodcast.com or on the Hawaii Blue Notes webpage.
There it is, Thomas.
Yeah.
And again, check out sunburntpodcast.com. Did I say that right?
Yeah, sunburntpodcast.com.
Sunburntpodcast.com.
This has been the Sunburnt Podcast, where we talk about all things comedy and tropical travel. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. Now settle a bet for me, son. The food that's on the trays outside of someone's door in the hallway, that's free, correct?
It's garbage.
I think you're garbage, sir.
That's what my mom says, too.